You know who does get intersectionality? Katie Britt.
Ah.
Your favorite Republican senator. You know, they let her out of the kitchen to talk about what Jewish students are going through on college campuses.
Oh.
And she knows because she knows.
This administration refusing to protect our Jewish brothers and sisters as they want to go to class, they want to eat peacefully in dining halls, be okay in their dorms. I remember that discrimination upon race, denigrating someone upon race, blocking someone from a classroom wasn't okay in the 1960s. Do you hear me? And it is not okay today. This administration needs to stand up and stand against anti-Semitism. What else they're failing to learn from? I mean, yesterday we celebrated 79 years since VE Day, the victory there in Europe, liberating Europe from Nazi terror. Earlier this week, we honored those 6 million Jews that died in the Holocaust. You're at a place in this country, a Harvard-Harris poll just came out, where it said between the ages of 18 and 29, 1 in 5 of those individuals don't believe the Holocaust even existed.
Pause it for one
And
second.
on that note,
all right, I just want to, first off, she is incredibly nervous. It is weird. She's got like that Crowder thing. Like you can hear her heart beating like at a mile a minute as she tries to like sort of gasp for air. I wonder if part of that is like she realizes like I may be alienating some of my voters.
Yeah, right.
The incidents of Jewish students being blocked to go from going to class have been so incredibly minimal. And more often than not, the people are trying to protect the encampments, particularly following what we saw at UCLA. That there's good reason to do so. I mean, those ADL types, the JDL types and the Proud Boys can be pretty vicious. But the idea that she's sitting there and making these connections is hilarious. It's amazing how nervous she is. But go ahead.
you're at a place in this country, a Harvard-Harris poll just came out, where it said between the ages of 18 and 29, 1 in 5 of those individuals don't believe the Holocaust even
Many
existed.
of those people are her voters.
And on that note, I think it's important that we continue to tell the story of October 7th. When we talked to the Israeli officials, we mentioned 9/11, and they said, yes, it's similar, but I want you to understand why it's different. These disgusting, barbaric terrorists, they're not going after soldiers. They're coming after babies and beheading them. We must do more. Never again is now.
They actually, 1/3 of the people they killed on that day were soldiers. They attacked 2 military bases. I'm just stating for factuality. They did, in fact, yes.
And the beheaded
kill hundreds.
babies. Oh, sorry. Go on.
They did kill hundreds at the music festival and on the kibbutz, no doubt. But they do go after military targets as well. The beheading baby story, I think, I don't believe that one was found to be true.
In November?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is not in any way to condone or forgive the atrocities that were committed on that day, but just to point out that she's talking out of her arse.
You know how like method actors are with like apparently Daniel Day-Lewis was like, you can't call me anything but like Mr. President when filming Lincoln.
Right.
I fear or that Austin Butler after Elvis like couldn't get out of his Elvis voice despite being from Anaheim.
She's still in kitchen mode.
Yes, I fear that Katie Britt has not been able to get out of the State of the Union response cadence, so that every time she appears in front of a microphone, she's still smiling.
She's also super worried, I think, too. Like that people are going to remember.
Her.
If she does anything that has any public thing, then she's
people are forgetting October 7th, Sam. Everyone needs to be in a constant state of fight or flight and think that Hamas is coming for them in order to justify a continuation of a genocide. So keep remembering, don't look at the 40 October 7ths that have happened since then to the people of Palestine. Just keep yourself in a constant state of fear. It makes it easier for us to propagandize you.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.